The filter-free diary. Uh,
Good afternoon. It is 12:44 and I'm still chilling at this cool little Victoria hotel place. And of course I had to walk around again today, and oh my gosh, it was so easy. Like, I can tell I got my energy stores back. In fact, my legs were like, let's keep going, and I'm like, to what? We collected all the data pieces we were looking for. So anyways, so good to be strong and healthy again. Good to walk around and just go everywhere. And I had to bust out the sunglasses because the snow glare is just, I can't see, it burns. And my eyes water. So I decided to walk around. And I just had to go to some of the other grocery stores. Because I just had to know, did I just pick the one unique convenience store yesterday that just happened to have all the beautiful food? Because, they didn't have a lot of it. Like, maybe I just, happened to walk into something unique, and not something cultural, at least for this town, because I haven't checked out any other towns. So I went to this other grocery store, and I was blown away. And I'm going to show you all the videos, because it started with the fruit, which I saw no rotten fruit. I did see some specks on things, but not for nothing. There are always specks on things, even as they grow in the wild. So specks are not the thing. What I'm talking about is like a fuzzy, squishy, mushy. You know what I'm talking about? Where you're just like, why is this out here? Why isn't nobody taking care of this? Well, I do not want to buy any tomatoes now. That kind of a thing. And I did not see anything like that. In fact, as I continued through this grocery store, what I did see that I didn't even recognize at the convenience store because it was too small was an odd amount of order. Like, I almost thought nobody was shopping because nothing was out of place. Nothing was out of place. And I'm like, do people buy anything, or do people just always only pick up exactly what they want? Because I try to do that. I try to only touch something if I'm gonna get it, or if I'm just really curious about its texture, which is a thing. But anyways, so I noticed a really odd level of order, and as I continued through the grocery store, it kind of blew me away. And then, my friends, I got to the soup section, and then I had to cry, because one of the challenges of only drinking zero water is you can't get any of the juice, because the juice is made with their water, especially if it's from concentrate, then they're adding water back into it, and that's the water that I can't drink. So I can't get any of their juice. I probably could drink their wine because of the alcohol, but I don't. If someone insists that I have a beverage, which actually has happened, not necessarily here, but in my travels, people have insisted that I take a beverage. I get hot tea, really hot tea, and I hope, and it's small usually, and I hope it doesn't do bad things. So I got to their soup section, which is like the thing I'm always looking for, because I could just add water. I don't want your liquid soup. I don't want soup in a can. I'm looking for the dry powder stuff, honestly, that I can add my zero water to and enjoy without having distress. And their soup section was huge. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to a store and either not found any soup at all, this Knorr stuff, which is great, by the way, or only found like 2 or 3. And what did they have? Was that like 50 frickin' soups? I got emotional. And I am going back there, and I'm going to go stock up on a ridiculous amount of soups. Yes, I am, because that'll carry me through for months. So what I started to notice, this very high ratio of visual order. Very high ratio of visual order. To the point where I didn't think people were shopping in their stores. And I went to a couple stores just to double check, and they all have it. They all have it. This is, at least in this place, Davos, This is the mentality here. Visual order. And not for nothing, I love order. I really like visual order. I feel like that's artistic. And I know some people are like, no, that's boring. But it can evoke a feeling when you see what I'm going to call a masterpiece, right? You could be like, whoa, that is inspirational. And yes, the shelving on their grocery stores was weirdly inspirational for me. And then I'm walking back, and I'm noticing some lines. And of course I took pictures of those, and I'm going to show you those too. What we're looking at here is a line for the bus to follow, and then a second line for the people to follow, and they are about 10 feet apart, right? So there's no danger to anybody as long as the people follow their line and the bus follows its line. And you know what? They visually drew that on the road. They visually drew a path for people to walk on the road, and that kind of blew my mind. And I noticed ski racks. Lots and lots of ski racks. And of course, because that's possibly one of their favorite modes of transportation here, right? Just cross-country skiing. And I got videos of some of those trails, and this is a whole different lifestyle here. This is a culture doing its own thing and coming up with some really impressive order, visual order, and I like this place. I wish it wasn't so expensive, but yeah. Anyways, have a good afternoon.